Have you ever felt like you're stuck, waiting for a big, life-altering moment to change everything? Maybe you're hoping to win the lottery, get that one big promotion, or have a sudden burst of inspiration that will magically fix all your problems. We all dream of that aha moment, you know? That one event that flips our lives upside down and makes everything feel fresh and exciting. What if I told you that maybe you're searching in all the wrong spots? If I told you that you're looking in the wrong place? What if the secret to changing your destiny isn't in one giant leap, but in 1,000 tiny steps? Your destiny isn't just some magic thing that happens to you overnight, you know? It's all about the choices you make and the steps you take every single day. It's like a super cool puzzle you piece together little by little every single day, right? It's all about those little everyday choices you make, you know. They really add up in ways you might not even realize. Every single decision counts. It's the decision to wake up 15 minutes earlier, to drink a glass of water instead of soda, to read one chapter of a book, or to go for a short walk. These actions might feel so small that you wonder if they even matter. But trust me, they matter more than you can possibly imagine. Think about a massive, ancient canyon carved by a river. That canyon wasn't created by a single, catastrophic flood. Water flowed for millions of years, carving out everything around us and shaping our beautiful world. Isn't that amazing? Every single drop of water might seem weak on its own, but together they really shape the stone, right? It's all about teamwork. But together, over time, their collective force can move mountains. Your habits are just like that river. Every little positive action we take is like a drop of water, right? It all adds up. You might think nothing's going on right now, but believe me, there's a lot happening behind the scenes. But when you string those actions together, day after day, week after week, they create a powerful current that can carve a new path for your life and shape a destiny you once only dreamed of. Let's dive into something really simple but super powerful, the 1% rule, all right? It's all about making tiny changes that add up big time. This idea, made famous by James Clear in his awesome book Atomic Habits, really changes the game, you know. The idea is super simple. Just try to get 1% better every single day. It's all about those little wins, you know? 1%. That doesn't sound like much, does it? It's barely noticeable. If you run a mile today, running 1% further tomorrow is just a few extra steps. If you save $100 this month, saving 1% more next month is just $1 extra. It's so small, it's almost laughable. But here's where the magic happens. If you improve by just 1% every day for a year, you won't be 365% better. Because of the power of compounding, you'll be nearly 37 times better than when you started. Let that sink in. 37 times better. This is the miracle of compound interest applied to your personal growth. Your small efforts don't just add up, they multiply. Each day's progress builds on the last, creating exponential growth over time. On the flip side, if you get 1% worse each day, by slacking off, making poor choices, or giving in to bad habits, you'll end up frighteningly close to zero. The path you're on, whether it's slightly upward or slightly downward, determines your destination. Let's look at some real-life examples. Imagine two friends, Alex and Ben. They both have similar jobs, similar incomes, and similar goals. They both want to be healthier and more knowledgeable. Alex decides to make a few small changes. He starts by reading just 10 pages of a non-fiction book every night before bed. It's easy, it only takes about 15 minutes. He also decides to cut out one sugary drink a day and replace it with water. Ben, on the other hand, is waiting for motivation to strike. He buys a gym membership he rarely uses and a stack of books that gather dust. He tells himself he'll start when he has more time or when he feels more inspired. Now let's fast forward 1 year. Alex, by reading just 10 pages a day, has read over 3,600 pages. That's the equivalent of about 12 to 15 full-size books. He's learned about investing, psychology, history, and personal development. He's more confident in conversations and has new ideas for his career. By cutting out that one sugary drink, he's avoided consuming over 50,000 empty calories in a year, which has helped him lose a few pounds and feel more energetic. Ben? Well, Ben is pretty much in the exact same place he was a year ago, still waiting for that big moment of change. Alex didn't do anything heroic. He didn't make a dramatic, life-altering decision. He just made tiny, almost invisible choices consistently. And those choices compounded into a remarkable transformation. This is the power you hold in your hands every single day. You don't need to overhaul your entire life in one weekend. In fact, trying to do that is often the fastest way to fail. We get overwhelmed, burn out, and retreat to our old, comfortable ways. The secret is to start so small that you can't say no. Want to start exercising? Don't commit to an hour at the gym every day. Commit to doing one push-up. Just one. Anyone can do one push-up. But what happens next? You do one, and you think, well, I can probably do a few more. The next day, you aim for 2. The goal isn't to get fit overnight. It's to become the kind of person who doesn't miss a workout. You are building an identity. Think about any skill you admire in others. A great musician didn't become great by practicing for 12 hours one day and then quitting. They became great through years of daily practice, plucking away at scales, chords, and melodies. A successful entrepreneur didn't build a business empire with one brilliant idea. They built it through thousands of small decisions, countless emails, late nights, and the daily grind of problem solving. Success is the product of daily habits, not once-in-a-lifetime transformations. Your destiny is found in your routine. So, how can you start applying this today, right now? First, take a moment to think about the person you want to become. What does your ideal future look like? Do you want to be healthier, more knowledgeable, more financially secure, kinder? Once you have that vision, break it down. Ask yourself, what is one tiny, ridiculously small action I can take today that moves me 1% closer to that vision? If you want to be a writer, don't pressure yourself to write a novel. Just write one sentence. If you want to connect more with your family, don't plan an elaborate vacation. Just send one thoughtful text message. If you want to be healthier, don't start a radical diet. Just add one vegetable to your dinner tonight. The key is to make it so easy that you can't fail. Master the art of showing up. The momentum you build from these tiny wins will be the fuel that propels you toward bigger and bigger accomplishments. Your life today is essentially the sum of your habits. How you spend your mornings, what you eat, what you read, who you talk to, how you spend your free time, these things define you. If you're not happy with your current reality, you need to look at your daily routines. The good news is, you have the power to change them. You are the architect of your habits, and therefore you are the architect of your destiny. Don't let the simplicity of this message fool you. It is the most profound and practical truth for personal growth. Stop chasing grand overnight success. Stop waiting for the perfect time to start. The perfect time is now, and the perfect action is a small one. Focus on that 1% improvement. Celebrate the small wins. Be patient and be consistent. Remember the canyon. Remember Alex. Your future self is depending on the small choices you make today. What tiny step will you take after this video ends? What 1% improvement will you make? Start there and watch how your world begins to change. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. If this message resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content on building a better life, one small habit at a time. I'd love to hear in the comments what one small habit you're going to start today. Let's support each other on this journey. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.